Today I'll be making the soup that stays consistent in my life. Why? Because it's high fiber and it's easy to make. If you're over the age of 30 and you're not prioritizing fiber, stop it. You need to be regular. You don't want to be constipated. You don't want to be bloated. So why not make okra soup? So let's get into it. It's very easy. Now some people like to do a lot of blending, do a lot of frying. I don't do all of that with my okra soup. I make it like a one-pot recipe. Let's go. So main ingredients, we have okra, we have goat's meat, we have onion. I know there's a little bit of controversy with onion and okra soup. That's your business. I add it to flavor. I use it to flavor my goat meat. And then I have atarodo or scotch bonnet in some regions, habanero pepper, whatever rocks your boat, but I put 3 because I like it hot. And then for seasonings, I have chicken bouillon, aka Noor, and then I have shrimp powder, ground smoked shrimp, and then I have crayfish powder, and then I have some good quality palm oil. Look at that palm oil. There's no foam, it's not expired. You know in this abroad, they like to cheat us. So anyway, that's all I use for my okra soup. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop the onion. Now you don't want you don't want your onion to be very apparent in your recipe, because again, I'm just using it to season, to be one of the seasonings for my goat meat base. I love what onion adds to the stock of goat meat, and we're going to be using the stock of the goat meat as to add flavor to the okra soup. So because I want it to have a lot of flavor, I'm adding onion. I don't know, some people claim that adding onion doesn't make it fry. It doesn't make the okra draw. That's not been my experience. So I like to add onion to mine. So I've transferred the goat meat into the pot. I like to start off with hot water so that it doesn't take too much time to start boiling. And then we're gonna add our onion. I'm gonna put it to the max because I obviously want it to boil. And now the only thing I like to season this with, in addition to the onion, is chicken bouillon powder. Not too much though, not too much. You see, I still have about half of it left because this is the same. We're still gonna use this stock to season our okra, so you don't need to add everything. Don't do too much, oh. Don't do too much. All right, not too much. Okay? And so now I'm going to give it a quick stir. Okay? And because the water is already hot, it's going to come to a boil pretty quickly. So that's always my pro tip, is when you want to boil something or when you have to steam something, just go ahead and start off with hot water. All right, and let's cover it up. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Love you. Love you. Bye. You have to always show love to your food. Do you know that how your food tastes will be dependent on your attitude? If you use bad attitude to cook, do you know your food can taste bad? You will be like, I followed all the steps, but when your mind was bad, your attitude was bad, it translates to the food. So that's why they say you are making something with love, a lot of aura. Be good. Let me stop. Okay, all right. Part of being a really good cook is to know how to multitask. So while that's on the fire, I'm gonna go ahead and chop up our okra. Now here's the thing. Some of you, for your okra soup, you think you can hack it. You can't always hack life. It's not every time buy frozen. Okra is one of those things that I do not agree with using frozen unless you are in a dire situation. I don't know, unless you are going through hard times. I don't know, unless you just don't have the ability to chop. You know, I'm not coming for you. But personally, fresh will always be the way to go. And then the way I like to do my okra is I chop it all by hand, because if I use a food processor, it may be too grainy. So I like to do a combination of very, very slimy texture and a little bit of chunk, because I like something to chew on other than my meat. So we're gonna get to chopping, all right? And so for the okra, a lot of people are like, it takes too long. Let me just show you how I like to do it. So what I do is I grab like 5, okay, let's say I grab 5 at a time, all right? We're gonna cut off the head. I'm gonna grab it and put it back in the bowl. And then we're gonna move to the back. I'm gonna cut off that little back because I don't like it. I mean, it's not that it's not edible, it's just aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't match my aesthetics, all right? And then all I do is that's it. That's it. A quick little chop. And then I transfer it to my other bowl. And I'm gonna repeat that until the whole thing is done. And it's not gonna take me time. Again, we're multitasking. While she is cooking, we're chopping over here. So I'll be right back. Okay, now the okra has been nicely chopped. Obviously, this is not how we're going to put it in the soup, because you want the soup to draw and you obviously need it to be a grainier texture. Now for me, I do like some of these chunks. You see, I like to have some of these chunks in my soup. Well, obviously, it's a soup. You know how okra is. It needs to be a little smooth. So I'm going to now add about, I would say 70% of this okra into a food processor to get that grainy feel and so that it can draw. So I'm just going to add some to this food processor. I'm so excited. All right, so now this is in there. Let's, all right, let's see what she's looking like. Hey, now this is the perfect texture that you want. This is what is going to make the soup draw. So I have about this much left in the, I have this much left in the batch. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grate at least half of this, and then I'm going to grate it with the peppers, and that should be done. All right, let's grate the other half of this one. Not too much, because like I said, I like some chunks in my soup, so we're gonna leave just a little bit. Ooh, so loud, really so loud, so violent. All right, we're gonna grate this. We're going to add the peppers. 3, that's right, you counted 3. Honestly, there was time I made this soup with 7, and it was still good. It's my preference, don't worry. You're a bad girl. So now we're gonna combine everything, all right? And then the beautiful okra chunks. Again, I just like a little crunch. All right, our little mix is ready. And now guys, the hardest part about the whole okra recipe is over. We've put the goat meat on fire, we've chopped the okra into different textures. We have the slimy texture, the chunky texture, and we've also added pepper. Everything has been combined with the food processor. Now, when the goat meat is ready, all we have to do is add the shrimp powder, the crayfish powder, the chicken seasoning, and the palm oil. And all you have to do is leave it on the fire for about 8 minutes when it's done, because we don't want to overcook our okra. If you are an okra overcooker or a vegetable overcooker, you are killing the fiber. That's probably why you have not been to the bathroom in a while, because you are killing the fiber. There's no need for all of that. So we'll be back once the star of the show. Hello, goat meat. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, she's boiling up. Once the star of the show is ready, we're just going to do a combination situation and we're done. That's the best thing I like about my recipes. I don't do too much. Not too much though, because some people, they'll say they want to fry a base. I don't know. Anybody got time for no base? Some people will fry red pepper, they'll blend it. Red pepper is expensive. I'm not gonna do that. We don't need that for good okra. So that's it. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you when the goat meat is ready. All right, it's been about 30 to 35 minutes. I'm so excited. I just know the goat is succulent and we're ready to combine everything. And our okra is about to be ready in like, what, 8 minutes? Let's see. Let's check out the goat meat. I already know she's ready. I already know. Yes, girl. You're that girl. So first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna add the shrimp seasoning, the crayfish, and I'm gonna add the chicken seasoning a little later. Now we're going to add the palm oil. This is about 3 tablespoons. I didn't measure, I just used my eyes and heart. Obviously, don't use the whole bottle because, hello, like, everything in moderation. Don't be doing too much with oil. Don't do too much with oil. So we're gonna combine that. Oh Lord, it's already looking pretty. It's looking pretty. Look at that color. Oh my goodness, so sexy. Okay, and now the star of the show. Let's add her. No okra left behind. Okay, a gentle stir. Not too much, not too much. And you see, because again, you're gonna have to eyeball some things. Like, I'm sorry, this is not like a complete beginner's guide. So the water, as you can see, the water in the goat meat was like just covering the goat meat. That's as much water as you want. And then because once you add your okra, the okra will be thick. You don't want to end up adding extra water because you don't want watery okra. You want it to be like a little bit thick. See, just like this consistency. All right, we're gonna do a quick, just a test to see how much chicken seasoning we should add. Ooh, ah, that's spicy. Ah, I forgot this pepper. I can take it. I have the black man blood in me. Oh, oh, So now we can add the rest of our chicken seasoning, and that's all you need though. Please don't over season your stuff. Yay! Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I can take it though. See, I forgot that's raw pepper. Do not do that. Do not do what I just did. Don't go and do a seasoning test knowing that you just added hot pepper. And that's it. You're not gonna cover it. I haven't really tested this theory out, but the theory is if you cover it, it's not going to draw. And obviously viscosity or drawness is what we like about okra because we want it to draw. So honestly, that's it. That's it. And now the okra is ready. Let's give her a stir. Look how beautiful she looks. Oh my God, just look. Meat. Every scoop, there's meat. It's so good to be blessed. Notice the color of the okra. It's not brown. It's not black. Once your vegetable has lost the green component, it doesn't have nutrients again. You are eating empty. I don't even know what you are eating. Is it even food again? So don't overcook your veggies. Alright, it's ready to be served. I have my eba ready to go. Eba, ever so big, forever so lovely. Let's get to play. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. I just want you to know you're my favorite girl, okay? The okra is ready. See, that wasn't bad, right? A little chop, a little put the goat meat on fire and combine and you're done. And this is why okra soup is a staple in my fridge. I have it every single week. You have the fiber, it's comforting, it's spicy, it's everything you need for a comfort meal. So I hope this recipe was very helpful. I'm very sorry there are no exact measurements because I measure with my spirit and I listen to the ancestors as they whisper to me. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me and I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you try it, let me know. If you tried and it did not work out, I don't know if you should let me know because that is between you and God, because this recipe was easy between you and I. Well, thanks for tuning in. Bye.